All right, YouTube. Once again, it's Kennard Vernon Seward here for the podcast. We're talking Auburn football. Go ahead and like the video, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, it's great to be an Auburn Tiger War Eagle. I want to give everybody a good morning. And we're at the heels of Auburn versus Mississippi State, where Auburn won that game 24-10. One of my biggest concerns in this particular game is the fact that Bo Nix continues to struggle. Bo Nix continues to not be able to deliver in the manner in which we, want him to. War Damn Eagle to Devin Dawson. Bo Nix is becoming a big concern. War Eagle to all the Auburn fans out there. Once again, like I said before, Kennard Vernon Stewart, early Sunday morning. It's a beautiful Sunday morning. Recapping portions of the 24-10 win for Auburn over Mississippi State. One of the glaring portions of this game was the performance by Bo Nix. Throwing the ball 32 times, 46% completion percentage, which is kind of scary coming from a five-star recruit. That played in Alabama, one of the most hero quarterbacks maybe in Alabama high school history. Somehow his abilities have not transferred over to Power 5 football, and it's becoming disturbing at this point. 15 for 32, 132 yards. Maybe one touchdown. And it's getting to the point where I'm starting to question just the whole Bo Nix persona at this point. It was watching the game last night. Some of the throws obviously were inexplicable. Some of the decision making was inexplicable. Yeah, some of the throws weren't even close. So I'm going to show you guys something that was brought to my attention. I want to show you, hopefully this will come up. I think I saved it. I hope so. Well, either way, I couldn't get it to come up, but it was brought to my attention, the pocket that Bo Nix was given. Bo Nix was given a clean, I'm talking about an absolutely clean pocket. But what does he do? He retreats like he normally does to the right. And what happens? Usually to his right, you have no hash mark. The throws are going to be beyond the hash mark onto the sideline. Usually an incomplete pass, and in the South Carolina game, an interception. I just don't understand what Bo Nix is. What does he see? Because when I look at the play, and I broke down the pocket and the play, I see Anthony Schwartz wide open in the intermediate portion of the passing game. I see a tight end wide open, but what does he do? He runs over to the sideline, and he throws it to Seth Williams, who makes an incredible catch. But those are low percentage passes. And that's the thing that is really becoming a huge concern with Bo Nix, is the decision making. Gus is a dead horse. How Bo Nix playing, and some fans saying next season is going to be better. Our best season with talent. It's time to cut the cord. And Demarcus Davis is coming. We're going to talk about that later on in this live stream. But I will admit, I'm a pretty emotionally intelligent guy. I'm watching this football game, and I'm not understanding why at the end of, say, the second quarter, Auburn isn't up at least 2 scores. And it goes back to quarterback play. Bo Nix is absolutely not getting it done. I did this similar video in my less emotional, intelligent days when I first started this channel, talking about Bo Nix. This was at the heels of the Florida game, when there was, it was just a lot of concern with Bo Nix. And now, we're talking about 2 years in. I understand the no spring. I understand the new coordinator. But at a certain point, this is fundamental stuff. This is fundamental stuff, and it goes back to what he was successful with in high school. He was successful in high school, running all over the place and just throwing the ball up for grabs, and one of his receivers comes down. But you're in Power 5 football now. That stuff is not going to work. You're going to have to stand your ass in the pocket, survey the field, survey your route trees, and make plays. You're not giving your wide receivers the opportunity to make plays, and it's becoming to the point to where, can he get it? Is it so far ingrained in his college, in his football stratosphere, that this is the type of quarterback that Bo Nix is? I actually defended Bo Nix early in the year. There was a podcaster, there was a YouTuber that covers Oklahoma football, and he talked about Bo Nix. He said Bo Nix was not a good quarterback. I was like, okay, yeah, I thought he was. But at this point, can any of us honestly say that Bo Nix is a good quarterback? You know what I'm saying? Because some of the concepts, some of his what he sees, like I'm looking at, what is he seeing? Because as soon as there's any adversity within the offensive line, as soon as there's like even a perceived breakdown, he breaks camp. And he's scrambling to his right, no matter what part of the hash mark he's on, and he's throwing the football in a very low percentage. 15 for 32 is absolutely unacceptable. The way Auburn played this particular football game on the offensive side of the field was unacceptable. I ain't calling for nobody's job. I'm not in the administration. But I do know that this type of football is not going to lead Auburn to SEC West championships, for one. And then you talk about the SEC championship, where you have Texas A&M, you have Alabama, you have Florida, you have Georgia. Who the hell is Auburn going to beat playing the way they played last night on offense? Big shout out to the defense. Janessa says, we won't win the big games with Bo Nix at all. And I'm starting to believe that, because the basic, and I did a video coming into this particular week where I said, we don't need Bo Nix to be an Auburn great. We don't need Bo Nix. We just need Bo Nix to be sound. Was he sound last night? I think he totally regressed last night, and it's becoming scary. It's a scary trend. It's an absolute scary trend. I think we you know, it was inexplicable. Auburn beat a team 24-10. I think Auburn had the superior talent. Very proud of the way the defense played. I think the defense came well prepared, and they played intense. They did a really good job on defense, defending this air raid offense. Now, here's the thing that I talked about in one of my groups early this morning. I don't think Mike Leach's air raid is going to work in the SEC. Why? Number one, you have really good defensive lines in the SEC. You also have good athletic linebackers, which he probably didn't face in the Pac-12 or whatever the hell that conference is. You also have some of the more elite cornerbacks in the country, which is why I don't believe long-term the air raid is going to get a lot of steam in the SEC. Too much talent. They can stop this shit, man. So now let's say, here's my next point. Here's my next point. And Robert Thomas, you hit this MF dead on the head. It kills me when Tank gets us in the red zone and then Bo scores. That's all Bo wants to do. I'm not going to say that that's all Bo wants to do, but I think Bo Nix did Tank Bigsby a bad disservice by not allowing him to score that touchdown. Dude had 192 yards in this game, basically was the offense in this game. Give the man the ball, let him score a touchdown. That's where that leadership, that's where that perception, and that's where Bo Nix continues to frustrate. There's no way Tank Bigsby has 192 yards and doesn't score a touchdown. Why? Because Bo decides to keep it this time. Appreciate you, Bo. Appreciate the touchdown. But what about the misses all game? What about the misreads the whole game? You know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff is what gets me on edge with Bo Nix. I want to like the kid, but I'm seeing some real character, some real leadership, some real immature instances with Bo Nix. Now, I will say this: I'm not ranting. I'm not, but it just goes to show I'm just a little more on the irritated side with how this game should have been a very dominant game, and the reason why it wasn't was because of Bo Nix. Offensive line be damned, Bo Nix. Wide open guys across the middle. There was a situation where there was a pocket collapse, maybe. And you have a running lane to the left side of the left tackle. There's a running lane there that you normally use, Bo, right? But what do? You retreat. You retreat to what's comfortable for you, even if it doesn't work. You retreat to the right. You retreat to no matter what the hash is looking like. And it's a throwaway play. You throw it at the heels of your lineman, or you just throw it out of bounds. I was looking for Bo Nix to have a little bit more production with his scrambling. He didn't even, half the time, he didn't have to scramble. But he drops back, scrambles, throws the ball away. All right, so let's look at some of this comments. Plain and simple, we need a coach, bro. Auburn has talent. Every year losing, still losing 4 games. What about Mark Anthony Richards? Why is he not playing? Just hope he don't transfer. Now, here's my speculation as to why Mark Anthony Richards is probably not playing. I mean, why put him in the, you have next year coming up. He's coming off of a leg injury. So, I mean, I don't think it was worth the risk. But I think Mark Anthony Richards does need to be a huge part of the offense next year. I think he's a very talented football player. He showed shades of really being a really good part of what Auburn can accomplish next year. So yeah, I think Mark Anthony Richards is set. I don't think he's in a position to where he's talking about transferring and all this other stuff. But I think he needs to be an important piece to the puzzle. Now, this is where the spring training comes in, to where you see that talent, to where you see where he can fit. But I think all in all, a good comment. But like I said before, Bo Nix really disappointed last night. I have some issues. One, leadership. He pouts. It seems like he complains to the coaches on the sideline. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's some of the perceptions that I saw. And number 2, spread the ball around. Give your guys a chance to be successful. The wide receivers are running routes. They're like, okay, he's not going to get the ball to me anyway. Then the give up factor comes in. I think Auburn played excellent on defense. They had a great concept. They had a great scheme. I don't think the air raid offense is going to have a huge surmountable level of success in the SEC. I just think the defenses are just too athletic to let something so obvious work. If Mississippi State can't come up with a running game, they need a running back that's going to at least go for 700 yards like Leach has had in his Mississippi State days. Then I think they can be successful. But if you have a totally air raid type team, I think it's going to be a bust. And I think the Mississippi State fans are going to be absolutely disappointed in Mike Leach's version of the air raid offense as it relates to the SEC. The SEC's defenses are a lot more athletic than the ones in the Pac-12, even the lower end ones. So you notice 2 points, 24 points. Like he wasn't scoring a lot of points. If not for State giving up a few picks, Auburn might have lost soundly. Chris Law go to the Citrus Bowl. Auburn wins. The Chris Law, the 11-1 book it guy. Appreciate you joining, man. But either way, just disappointed in Bo Nix. And I don't think we can continue to shield this. He's just not playing up to par. All right, guys, just wanted to hit you real quick here on a Sunday morning after the Auburn versus Mississippi State game. Got some more content to come. I want to dissect this game a little bit more. I thought there were some bright spots, especially on defense. The young secondary did very well. The defensive line started to generate a little bit more pressure. Like the video, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Offense is old. It's time for a change. Yeah, maybe it is time for a change. Maybe it is time for a change. Maybe it is time for another wide receiver coach. Maybe it is time for maybe we have this spring to see what Chad Morris really brings to the table. We don't know yet. But either way, I just Bo Nix yesterday was just tough to watch. Just tough to watch because if he could just be fundamentally sound, that's all I'm asking. Just be fundamentally sound. Make the usual fundamental decisions that you would project from a 5-star recruit quarterback. That's what all I would expect. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday morning. Like the video, comment, and subscribe to Vernon Speaks Sports Auburn. And as always, it's great to be an Auburn Tiger.